Yeah, hello, welcome to this broadcast. I'm on time. Yeah, it's 10 in the evening. Wasn't sure if I'm going to make it, but I'm right on time. Yeah, hello to all of you watching. Hello to, oh, that's myself, no. To Triple Checker, to Roach, to Catamantaloidis, and to Hobgoblin. A couple of people in the chat. Yeah, join Twitch and chat. That's always good, yeah? Chatting with me, exchanging thoughts about the games or asking questions. Always good to participate. So make sure to use the Twitch functionality with the chat. So we're going to play a couple of games, and I haven't played a Blitz game today, so I'm happy to play a couple of games and see what happens. See if I can get a 5-minute game going. Yeah, also good evening to Core ST and to Gachinisco, I'm sorry. Okay, going to play Mogwai. FM Mogwai. Okay. So we get some kind of old Indian, I guess. Can transpose to a King's Indian still, but okay, it doesn't happen. I usually play with this Bishop E3 setup, then go for D5. I think that white always should have a somewhat more pleasant game here. Aha, it's going back to F8. Interesting. Do I play B4? I don't know. I can also play this typical strengthening moves. Yeah, hello also to Books Are Nice, K-Slay 6, Air and Robo, and Blackbird. Yeah, some people in the chat. And to Simon Wells. Yeah, all people in the chat writing here. Also, hello to Igniting Ideas. Okay, so this game, I played F3 and G3. This is to limit the options of black here on the king side. He's going H5. That's an interesting move. Always a little bit hard to evaluate this kind of move. Can be weakening. It can also be helpful for black. I'm playing H4 to stop that. So yeah, he's maybe trying to play a sacrifice on H4. I'm going to cover the H4 pawn. Yeah, and someone says, good time of day to you, of all you my chess friends. Yeah, this is Yamo's typical way to start off a broadcast or a show. So I'm not going to copy that. I'm sticking with welcome to this video and welcome to this broadcast. It's somehow, yeah, got to be the usual way I'm starting something I'm doing here. Okay, so what about this here? I wonder if he can maybe take on H4 and play knight F4, this kind of thing. But he lacks a check on the G file. I don't think that this is going to work. So maybe rook C1 going on the C file. Yeah, hello to Martin Ricks. So I still want to play A3 before. Someone suggests I should play a game of losers or giveaway chess. I have to be perfectly honest, I don't even know the rules of those. Someone wants me to play King's Gambit. Well, I can try E4 at least, somewhat later. Okay, I wonder if I should have just taken C5. Is he going for F5? I mean, I can still cover F5 a little bit more, make it more difficult for him to play. Okay, now he's coming with the possible F5, but I'm not sure that this is really helping that much. I want to be ready to respond with F4, and I have much more space. Okay, I think I'm going to take now, open up the B file, and I wonder if F4 is an idea here. I think I should wait until he gets to play f5 himself. Yes, I was surprised that Aronian got the wild card from with the tournament being in Russia. I mean, it's good news in my book to have Aronian playing, but it's still surprising. Okay, I'm trying to play knight to b6 and trade something. Oh, queen to h3. This is a move that I did not anticipate. Oh, that's really bad, actually. No, I didn't see that coming at all. Not quite sure how bad it is, but it wasn't something that I had planned. F5. No, he's trying for some other stuff. For some f5 business? I don't know. Yeah, anyway, I want to go bishop f1 and kick the queen out. This is such an annoying piece there on h3. Ah, come on. Why are there people spamming the chat? And I cannot ban because I'm not the admin. Yeah, we need a mod. Definitely need a mod. So I'm going with knight to e4 here. And he goes to d4. Yeah, so I have to take this. There's no choice there. But now I have knight to b6. And after he captures rook b6, d6 is worse. It's difficult to cover. I don't have mod rights. I asked for them, but they usually, I know, they're usually quite busy with some other stuff, so I didn't do that yet. Okay, rook on b6 is attacked. I should cover it. Oh. That was my telephone. I need to call the cops, so to say. So, okay, he went knight to d7. Did I blunder the game due to that stuff or not? Rook d6, I can still do that. d3, I've got queen f2. Okay, so let's just take it. And now can I take on g6? Is that winning or not? Probably not. So we'll just play normal moves. I'm threatening knight g5 now, I think. Knight g5, he's going to play bishop f5. Okay, I'll just go over here and go knight d6 next. So is there some way I can use a discovered check? I can do that. Huh? No, I can take with the rook. With the knight, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, knight d6 is good though. Knight d6 seems good. Let's attack e5. He has no defense there. Okay, pawn takes is not working. I can take with the queen. That could be an idea. It's probably easier than the other continuations. He resigned. Yeah, so I got a win in. So I hope I can concentrate on the game now. a little bit better, so that we have a mod cleaning up the chat. Okay, a new game against Conceited. Yeah, so Krumnik didn't get the wildcard. Yeah, I think maybe their one rationale was that Russia already has 2 players in there. Yeah, they have... wow, someone is really playing that line. What do they have? They have Kayakin and some other guy. And Swidler already in. Okay, I'm a bit surprised that this guy here played this super sharp line. Is that good? I'm threatening knight c7 now. That's hard to believe. King f7, is that the idea? Maybe king f7 could be a move. Wow, maybe. Someone says Swidler doesn't really belong. Oh, he does. He definitely does. Yeah, he's the 7th-time Russian champion. Yeah, so he does belong into that field. And he qualified. Yeah, this is a typical thing that I don't understand. People say, this and that player should be in there or so. They qualified. If you qualified, you have all the rights to be there. So what now? King to f7. Knight c7 doesn't lead to anything. I'm kind of boxed in. That's a problem here. That seems to be good for black in this position. Knight c7, it's never really going to work. Maybe knight c7 and queen b3 or so. Let's try that. Yeah, Swidler won seven Russian championships. Yeah, I tried this here, attacking d5 and possibly having the idea of playing knight a6. I don't like this position so much. Yeah, Giri is also in there. We have a couple of younger players now and interesting players. Caruana for the first time, Nakamura for the first time. Very good field. Looking forward to that event very much. So I was thinking knight a6. Takes bishop b8. Yeah, it looks kind of wrong. Yeah, knight a6 looks weird, but yeah, not sure what black will be doing here. Rook a8 probably. Yeah, there will be the London Chess Classics, something to look forward to. So I was thinking knight c5. I don't want to draw, so knight c5. So I'm going back. I think that question with the 7 Russian championships and qualified is a joke, right? Yeah, I mean, of course, if you qualify, you are there, and with all the, and you definitely have deserved. You definitely deserve to be there. So yeah, that's a very strange position. Very strange position. Knight f4 maybe has got knight a5. I would like to develop, but not so. It doesn't seem to be so easy. Cannot move my bishop from f1. Yeah, maybe here and then try g3. Yeah, Akuba Rubinstein is participating in the chat, and he says back in his day they needed sponsors. They needed to find a sponsor for the match. There's a good question by W. Course. And what do you think is the best way to keep up your chess skill as best as possible with limited time, and you can't play or study as often as you'd like? Yeah, okay. Still, you should try to play as much as you can. Yeah, somehow manage. Yeah, it's still possible to get some games in. And I think probably tactics, yeah, doing lots of tactics is helpful. Okay, well, stating that, it looks like I'm in a critical position here. I think I have to take. And he threatens to take on d3 and check me on c1. This is quite an annoyance. And I don't have good squares. Bishop g2 takes. Well, queen c1, I've got king e2. This is still kind of playable. Yeah, I think tactics would be important. If you cannot play that much, keep your tactics in shape. It's definitely helpful. And try to play at least a little bit. I mean, even online you can play quite a bit of games in various time controls. Yeah, this is an interesting position. If I get to castle, I'm just fine. But am I able to? Yeah, here I have to move the king, unfortunately. But rook e1 is not a bad move to get in. It's a bit of a strange position, but I don't think it is that bad. Okay, knight e4, or is that just fancy stuff that doesn't lead to anywhere? Yeah, my knight doesn't have many squares. Okay, and I'm attacking the bishop on c5, so maybe. But it mostly is looking fancy. Okay. Knight c5, it's not so great. Maybe I should have played this differently. Okay, he's not attacking the knight. Still h3 maybe. Takes, bishop takes, he's got knight e3 check. Okay, that could be an issue. Well, not much that I can do. a5, wow. He wants to go a4, it seems. Okay. I can take the pawn now on g4. That's not bad. Okay, g4 hangs, but I can also attack his pawns there. Queen e6 maybe. Maybe queen e6. Bishop a5. Bishop here, I mean. Bishop d2. Let's do this first. Get rid of the double pawn. So what is this? a3 coming. We've got equal material here. Yeah, he's getting this. This is bad. This is bad. Not quite sure what happened in this game. I think I was in decent shape again, but I screwed it up. Okay, just knight c4 will win. d2 also will win, but now he's taking time. f8. I've got f8 queen coming. How is he doing? What is he doing against that? Nothing, I guess. Check. Check. Wow, I have no idea. I hope I'm not getting checkmated myself. I lost on time. I'm just too unpractical. I could have just won on time, of course. There's a question by Igniting Ideas about the Makagonov variation of the King's Indian, the H3 lines. And the question is the difference between putting the bishop on g5 and on e3. There's an explanation. The bishop goes to g5 when there is some use of that fianchetto, of that pin. Yeah, if you want to pin. In all other cases, the bishop is better on e3. So there are some cases where the pin is useful to provoke h6. But if black, for example, has already gotten to e8 with the queen or something and there is no pin, then you go to e3. But you really have to look at that line by line. Question by Flaneur about the modern Benoni with f4 and bishop b5 check, what the theoretical verdict is. Yeah, f4 and bishop b5 check. Yeah, I to be honest, I suspect that black is okay, simply because it's not that played often by white nowadays. But I cannot really give you a concrete line. I suppose it's something with bishop with queen h4 and back to e7, but I'm not entirely sure. I think you probably should look at the book by this Bulgarian Grandmaster Marjan Petrov. This bloody line. Yeah, it is no good, but it is also easy to forget. So knight c5. Is knight f5 a move then? And then you go d5. I always forget this. As I said, this isn't particularly great for white, but it's easy to forget. Okay, taking f5, probably not. Okay, so he wants to go with bishop a3. So how is this played? f6, I think. I think f6. The Benko with queen c2 was interesting for white, out of that John Watson book. I looked at this some time ago and I felt it was okay. Okay, so here he wants to play on that pin. I really hate it if they play in line that's essentially not doing anything, but you have to know what to do and you forget the way to play it. Now knight a4 is a threat. Yeah, that's a pure trick line, but I think he tricked me already. It's hard to say. I cannot go queen f6. I mean, I can, but bishop takes c5 is covering the f pawn. This is the problem. I don't know what to do. Maybe this knight e4, queen f7. Knight e4, queen f7, he can take with the bishop on c5. This is completely ridiculous. It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Oh, what a bad game. Wow, I really hate this game. That line is really rubbish for white, but I forgot how it is played, and it's tricky. How is that played? Knight e4. Is that wrong? No, it cannot be wrong. This. I think this is a line. Knight a4, queen g4. I think this is right. Or do I have to take on f4, f5 here or something like that? This is just trickery. It is no good. Not good at all. Do I have to take on f5 now? Yeah, okay. Let's go to the next game. Rook takes f2 also didn't work. Okay, I probably have to refresh all of those weird sidelines. Bishop f5, bishop d5, bishop c2 maybe or something. This is I have the Apple Watch. People ask about the watch. I don't get a game though. Yes, I got the Bologan Ruy Lopez book. I also do a review on it. But in order to do that, I have to really look at the book in some detail first. It looks excellent, of course, but this is something that is expected. There's the question. Do I agree with Teichmann that chess is 99% tactics? 99 is a lot, but it is quite a bit, yeah. 99 is a bit much, maybe like 80 to 90%. Proper calculation is super important. So the Grand Prix attack as a main repertoire to the Sicilian. No, I wouldn't recommend that. It doesn't feel like a right choice. Black has many promising ways against it. There's no Stockfish F for the Apple Watch, I think. Yesterday I had the first league game since I got that watch, and I actually took it off before the game. I think it's better to avoid any kind of irritation. Okay, I'm trying to regroup the knight here to d3. Okay, he goes with e5. So what about this now? Knight d3. No, we will take play e4. Shouldn't blunder every piece. I wonder if it is an idea to take on e4. My game yesterday, I played total rubbish and lost. It was really, really awful. I probably won't make a video on that. It's just a bad game. It isn't even very instructive. It was just a very, very bad play on my part. So we've got this end game, and it's kind of interesting. So if I go knight d5, that was the idea. If not, he goes knight d4. So okay, he might play knight d4 anyway. No, I'm attacking c7. That's not going to work. It was the Belgium league, yeah. I cut down on my league games to do more chess teaching, or let's say I do so much chess teaching during the week that I'm happy to have weekends off, like chess free Sunday or something would be good. But I wanted to play a game to get warmed up a little bit for my German league match next week, and it didn't work. I mean, I just played such utter rubbish. I played against an international master with about my rating. Maybe he's got a couple of points. It's a couple points less than I have, but not much. I'm about the same level. Yeah, this, I was thinking about it. Shouldn't be the end of the world though. Quite a strange position. The hyper-accelerated dragon is an interesting opening against e4. The problem is that you still get the Maroczy bind, which simply does not equalize ever. I mean, okay, the Maroczy is also not like losing. So if you like the resulting position somehow, then by all means go for it. That's the only issue with it. There's nothing nothing wrong with the opening otherwise. It's just the Maroczy bind. Yeah, somehow Yardbird is not playing. Can I play bishop takes d4 here? Or c takes? Let's go c takes. I mean, this should be really okay for me. Some kind of drawish endgamer or what? My score against Yardbird, yeah, I'm like -5 or -6, I think. Yeah, we have like 50-something games going in our history. Okay, he went knight to b5. Didn't expect that move, but well. Anyway, he cannot do that much. But I also don't have any great ideas. Yeah, maybe here, I don't know. Yeah, someone mentions the match against Finns, I'm sorry, John Bartholomew. Yeah, and it was entertaining, right? I hope you guys enjoyed it. I also felt it was good fun. Of course, I would have liked to win it, but it was close. I mean, the longer time control games, the regular blitz, we were on equal terms, and only in the bullet he managed to get a couple of points. Yeah, we definitely play again. So retreating this, trying to get the d5 pawn. Okay. Now he has to go back. Now maybe over there. So going knight f5, maybe. He still cannot take on d5. Knight f5, I think I'll go e3. If he takes on d5 twice, I'll take on c7. That cannot be that bad for white. I overlooked that move. Really not playing well so far. Not at all. So this one, he gets all this activity now. Maybe I should try to go to e2 quickly here. Yeah. The games against Olegas, they often have memorable quotes. There will be something nice coming up, I can promise you that. I had this screw you buddy once, and something, yeah, we get to something, something comparable soon. Yeah, I want to keep the pawn, the d pawn, and maybe rook e8 or something. So going there. I wonder, can he regroup? Can try to go up here. Maybe that doesn't help at all. but I don't see him doing that much. He can go there. Can go rook f8 or rook a8. Let's prevent this for the time being. Can I do bishop b2 coming or something? I wonder, there's some kind of mating ideas here. I don't see how that would work though. Rook e7, I can try this. I can try this move. That is actually quite good. Yeah, he resigns. He will win on. He will lose on time. Yeah, I had the pact with the devil comment. Yeah, okay, Nastro. Yeah, playing Nastro. Who is that exactly? Let's check. No name. He's got no name. Yeah, the Trompovsky. What to do against the Trompovsky? I usually play knight e4 and then d5. The line that Boris Avrukh recommended in his books dealing with d4, the d4 deviations book. I think it's a very good line. d4 f5 bishop g5 is a good line against the Dutch. Yes, can be recommended. This is a very dull line. This guy's not doing much in terms of aggressiveness. Okay. Wow. Yeah, this is a fairly well-known kind of structure where simply nothing is happening. Black is equalized. Even though white can claim that with the bishop, he's got a little bit more in terms of ideas. It's difficult though. Someone asked, what about showing some lesson of mine to a student, some lesson that I do with a student to show to the YouTube community to see how I work? An interesting idea. Never thought about that. Okay, I mean, I've done a couple of instructive videos that certainly give you an idea how I convey chess ideas. So it's nothing that I have not done in a way, but showing a real lesson I think is a bit difficult as the student. Yeah, he gets a one-on-one, let's say, experience, and sharing that with all of YouTube is not really the idea of it. Yeah, the Avrukh books, as the whole GM repertoire books, are very deep and tough to memorize, and I also don't recommend them to many people, only to very only rather high-rated players. Yeah, I didn't like to play b5, but I wasn't quite sure how to avoid it. It was a bit, it's not the most convenient position. White has a slide pull. It shouldn't be fatal or anything, but I cannot do much. Yeah, more 3-minute madness. That's an interesting request. Yeah, I haven't done those for a while, but they're usually fun to do. Maybe I should do more of that. So with the knight on d5, it's very difficult for him to get anything going, but the same is applying for me. I also cannot do much. Maybe I put the queen on d6. I have no particular plans for a Christmas video. Oh, I have to be cautious here. h5 is hanging, and possibly sacrifice on e6. It's not ideal. King f8 doesn't look like a great move, but I don't think he has a sacrifice. I will definitely do Christmas stuff, but not quite sure what. Certainly some streams. Christmas time, we all have a little bit more time. Yeah, a viewer game would be good to do. Yeah, I have a couple of things currently on my plate that are a bit difficult to make, or to produce much of content. It's somewhat between private stuff and work, so nothing bad. It's just that I'm kind of busy. So let's see. How can I? This is not really working, right? I cannot believe it. But how exactly do I play? Maybe bring the king up. I don't think this can objectively be working, what he did, but it's definitely dangerous. Rook takes e6 can be an idea in some position. Maybe even here, huh? No, not here. What is this? Trying to sacrifice on e6? Maybe. I want to do this and then go to d8. Takes. Yeah, that's also not going to work. I don't get it. What is he doing here? I don't get this sacrifice. If I get to play king d8, it's just over in terms of a direct attack. Even king d6 is an idea, even though that looks kind of weird. So what about this? He's attacking e6 and attacking the rook, but I can just go back here, right? Where is the threat? I don't see a threat. And I'm threatening knight f4. Yeah, probably rook e5 and some kind of trying to irritate me. But I have f6 even, huh? Rook e5, f6. Also not going to work. Okay, knight f4 here is possible, but he can move the rook. Moving the rook and then knight g6 could be interesting. Okay, he cannot take. My idea was to just drop that knight back and trying to trap his queen. Threatening rook h8 now, trapping the queen. Okay, rook h8, and that is the queen. But he will take with the pawn, take on h7, pawn takes, and promotes. Yeah, so he's going for some trickery here, as he should, being in a completely lost position. So f5 maybe? I hope that this works. I would really feel it's completely unfair if not. But I'm always able to screw things up with some tactical blunder. Okay, so this one. So, how do I win this position? I think I'm going to activate the queen. Queen to f3, those kind of ideas. And try to win the pawn. That also is immensely helpful, getting that pawn. So, can I bring the king right into the action? That should help with checkmating. Maybe I'm checkmating myself. That's also not great. Okay, that was bad idea. Now I think he maybe has to draw with the a-pawn and have down on time. Offering him a draw. He didn't want the draw. Okay, I cannot do more than offer it. Okay, so let's see what happened here. Not especially proud of that win. I should have won like on position, but I didn't see that rook e3 coming. That was kind of annoying. So, what do we have next? What is less work to learn against 1e4, the Sicilian or 1e5? I think that depends a little bit on the Sicilian line. If you play a Sicilian side line, maybe Sicilian is even less work, but it's both not so easy to learn. I mean, it's a myth that e5 is kind of all those gambits and so on. Those gambits are usually not very good. Yeah, those side lines. You have to look it up and learn it, but it's doable. In the Sicilian, it depends a little bit on the line. If you play a Sicilian main line and go for sharp stuff, then the Sicilian will be tougher because the price of a mistake is higher. Yeah, if you play the Sicilian knight off and play the poison pawn and you cannot remember stuff, you just lose the game. And this is not going to happen in some, I don't know, Breyer, Ruy Lopez. Okay, playing Burr. This is Grandmaster Vladimir Burmakin. Surprised that he's playing this kind of line. Didn't know what he plays. Okay. Yeah, an opening like the Caro-Kann is easier to learn. That is absolutely out of the question. So surprisingly, this guy is playing an inferior version here of the Maroczy bind. Here white is just better. I'm a bit surprised that he's playing an opening like that. Okay, let's see what happens. b3, I can go knight d5 immediately. Why do top GMs not play the French defense more? Why don't they play it more? I think the French defense is a somewhat is a pretty it's of course okay, but it's difficult to play as a surprise weapon or so, because you really have to know stuff very precisely. Yeah, and I think people at the highest level, they don't want to invest the time to make the French their main weapon. They are rather interested in complete equality, which is why they often go for some lines in the Ruy Lopez, like the like the Berlin defense, or they go for complications right off the bat, and this means they go for a Sicilian. They usually have those two options, and they are not looking at the French defense that much for imbalancing, but there is no objective reason to do so, I think. I took with the c-pawn. Yeah, this is often a difficult decision in the Maroczy bind. Both recaptures do promise white a little something, and it's sometimes difficult to say what is better. In this case, I took with the c-pawn. So I can take now on b5, but it shouldn't be any good. Maybe just win a little bit more space here. Yeah, the Berlin defense is not something that is very popular with the chess community. I understand it is quite often a bit annoying to have that end game all of the time. I understand, yeah, people really want to see a little bit more variety. I think that the Berlin endgame actually isn't that uninteresting. It's just a bit dull to have it that often. Yeah, it's just happening that often. And there are some lines in the Berlin, and I don't even mean the endgame. Yeah? There are some other lines like Rook E1 that are simply exceptionally dull. Yeah, I mean, this is so dull that if you would play that against someone like 200 or 300 points higher, you would easily think that you would draw. And this is really, really boring. Okay, so here I'll get e5 in, but probably, yeah, I want to keep a little bit material on the board. I'm not sure that it does help to make things more interesting, but I try. Okay, so he wants to trade like that. Yeah, couldn't really do much against this. Let's go e6. The simplest opening to play against d4. Yeah, probably some Queen's Gambit. I would recommend the Queen's Gambit accepted, personally. Not saying that it is super simple, but it is certainly doable. So what about this? I'm getting in bishop c8 here. I wonder, can I do something here? I've got his king out of the picture. If I go around, he's covering like that. Okay. I need to do it with the bishop on d3 somehow. Maybe I don't get it anymore. Okay, now I can do this. Probably I cannot win anymore. Bishop d3 I will take. Let's go here. No, there's no way to win, unfortunately. Maybe I could do something. Simon Williams recommends to play knight e4 in the French. Wow, that's a weird idea. Yeah, I think it's just bad. Knight e4 in the classical variation, that's just a bad idea. Okay, I'm going to offer a draw here. And he offered a draw earlier, but I couldn't, I didn't see it, unfortunately. The Queen's Gambit accepted, yeah, because you get it quite often. Yeah. You get it often and you can concentrate on a couple of lines. Black is often selecting the lines. This is why the Queen's Gambit accepted is, I think, relatively simple to learn. There's a question. Jürgen Klopp, former coach of Borussia Dortmund in football, soccer, refers to his gegenpressing football as heavy metal football. What kind of music would you call your chess style? I have no idea. I don't know if I have a particular chess style. There's a question. How much do you think playing blitz as regularly as you do and spending time with videos and coaching has hurt your game? Yeah. The thing is, I think it's not particularly helpful. I mean, I do a lot of chess with the teaching and the videos and so on. It doesn't help your game. That's pretty much clear. How much does it hurt? Difficult to say. It's really hard to say. The thing is that nowadays I actually enjoy the teaching and producing of content more than actually playing longer games. I really don't mind blitz and rapid chess, but the tournament, the long time control tournament games, sometimes are a little bit long for my taste. I mean, spending a whole day for the game. We recently had an article by Greg Shahade about his ideas of reforming the classical time control to quicker time control, and I have to say that in some days I do agree, that I really like to play a little bit more quicker time control. Yeah, with I don't think that blitz is something that hurts my game. I don't play lots of blitz actually. This is like 3 games a day on average. This is not so much. This is not really a lot. So, which specific structure do I have in mind with the Queen's Gambit accepted? Yeah, there are ideas with Bishop G4 that are interesting, or quick A6 ideas. There are a couple of interesting lines that Black can go for. Black gets to choose the variation. I know white initially selects like E3, Knight F3 or E4, but against all of these moves, Black has a choice. And in many cases, I think Black's possible choices are pretty good. And sometimes, in most cases, lead to interesting play. So, yeah. So I'm putting some pressure on the C file. If he goes Rook G8, I have Knight E4. So I'm looking forward to that that being played. Probably not going to happen. Oh, it is going to happen. Okay. No, Rook G8. Okay, this is also not bad. I have Knight C5 coming, and possibly Knight to E6. But it wasn't intended. It wasn't intended at all. Okay, so we went here. Okay, I can go here and Rook Queen D5. I can take C7. I have that counter idea. No problem whatsoever. So now I can still play Knight C5. Maybe do that. It's not ideal, but what can you do? Akiba says he has to go. Akiba Rubinstein, who is participating in the chat. Yeah, they're telling me he has to go. Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, I mean, being dead for almost 50 years, it's difficult to just get up for chess stream. So I wanted to take on B7, but now I see that's not even possible. Or is it? If I take there, is he trapping my knight? I think he is. Say hi to Laska and Capablanca. Yeah, a chess tournament in heaven would be kind of interesting. Who would win? Against E4 in the Queen's Gambit accepted, There is the move knight c6, which is very interesting. This is something that I looked a little bit, which I checked myself, and now is recommended in those books, in this book by Delchev. Yeah, I'm just playing some regular, routine improving moves without any specific idea, I have to admit. Maybe I should have played something to d1. Yeah, that would have helped, I guess. Yeah, it would have helped. Not good. The strongest European countries in chess. There's still Russia, huh? Yeah, paying too much attention to the chat today, I have to admit. Always looking to the chat window. Probably would help if I can get the chat somewhere here. Okay, so what now? Yeah, g5. Don't know. Don't like my position, of course. Some g4, some g5. Or here, maybe f4, actually. Maybe going for f4 is interesting. Yeah, that's actually an interesting idea. Let's try for that. The strongest chess nation relative to population size is probably Iceland. Iceland has tons of GMs. They don't have a super duper top GM, but lots of, let's say, normal, regular GMs. So g5 or not? Rook g1 is coming. Don't like the look of that. Okay, I can go to f3 and you can check me again. Maybe go to h2 then. That's not easy here. Knight h3 is going rook d4. Not good. Yeah, it's a pretty bad position. Yeah, Akiba is still hanging around in the chat, even though he has to play in a tournament together tomorrow against Fischer. That's no good. Okay, so he's trying to checkmate me. Isn't that evil? Evil intentions here by Panesso. Rook f1, king to e2. It doesn't look good, huh? Wow, I hate my position. I absolutely hate my position here. Rook c to e2, rook f1 is a direct mate. Wow. I don't even see a move that I can play. It's amazingly bad. I'm just blundering the knight. But I didn't have a move. I didn't have a move. It was just lost, I think. Very bad position. Wow, very bad position. Okay, one more game. I don't think that chess can be destroyed completely by computers in deeper theory. There will always be other ideas. And the thing is, well, if the theory is expanding more, I mean, they just deviate early. You see it with Carlsen's games. He's playing without any deep opening theory sometimes, and he's doing quite okay. So I don't think that currently we are in a state where, I mean, theory is important, but Carlsen shows that you can do it without lots of theory. Okay, so I've gone for some kind of double fianchetto here. Kind of weird, but Queen f4 maybe? I think I have knight f6 just about. So we get some kind of Sicilian where I don't have any development. e5 is on the cards. b5, e5. It looks damn dangerous. Yeah, I play Akiba L, yeah. Playing Rubinstein, huh? Okay, if I go b4, bishop b7 takes on c3, this kind of thing, that looks really bad. Queen b6, you take b7 and play e5. This is going to be a huge problem. e5, b4 takes f6 here. That's not working. Pretty bad position. I love the kind of questions you sometimes get. If I thought about hair implants, of course not. I think it's pretty okay, like the way it is now. Hair implants. I need brain implants here. Yeah, this position is just lost. Oh my god. Yeah, that's probably what you get playing this kind of rubbish openings. Play rook d8 here. Queen somewhere. Yeah, let's do this. I think that has been worse, actually. Not that I like my position, but it was worse before. Queen c5, I guess. No. Why is he returning material? I don't quite get it. Okay, I'm taking here. Rook c6. He wants to take g6. Or rook to d7. He wants to take. Okay. So let's go g5. I was thinking I have something on the back rank. Of course I don't. It's been a long day, huh? I really played total rubbish tonight. How did I keep my rating? I feel like I'm lost at all games. Probably didn't, but it feels like it. Okay. Wow, that was a bad game. Yeah, I need to update my profile picture. I'm pretty, you're pretty right. Yeah. There is a book to explain the knight c6 lines in the e4 queen's gambit, except that this is the book by Delchev that I mentioned. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream. I don't know, I was kind of not really focused, but I hope you still enjoyed some of the games, some of the chat. It was good fun for me, even though I played somewhat weird chess. Okay, thanks guys. I'm back next week.